Hello there, fellow summoners. MODOK HT here, and we are going into the second Alliance War of Season 31, and it's against Next Wave, and yeah, they are a very good alliance. We're going to try to do our best, and I'm going up path 1 the whole way in this war. On node 4, we have this Vigorous Assault, Arc Overload, Superskrull. Now, I put on an invulnerability boost in case I slip up at the beginning when he has the Arc Overload regen, which makes him fully unblockable, or if somehow he does get off a unblockable special 2, that hopefully it won't hurt as bad. So the whole idea here is just to get in the Doom cycle, and we're going to wait out this Falter. Now, you either have to hit into him or hit into his block. And you see there, I don't know why I tried to hit into him twice, but it's alright. I hit the Indestructible boost, helps. We get to our special 3. We get off that perfect bonus. And we're just going to start Doom cycling this guy. Do quite a bit of damage there. And here we throw off our special 1. He wasn't at 2+ bars, so we weren't able to drop him below 2 bars. We just hold the block. He didn't have the regen from the Arc Overload available to activate yet. And we get back to our special 3, and it's lights out. So pretty simple fight there. It's pretty standard Doom fight. You just don't have access to the Incinerates or the Shocks, so you just got to be aware of that. And then we're going to move up. There wasn't a fight on the Masochism node on node 14 or 13, but we do have this Symbiote Supreme, and Thing is the man. So ideally, I would have liked to have had a White Max pre-fight for the passive stuns, and that way I just knew that my stuns would always stick. But we're going to be using the attack tactic to get suppressions, which will basically all I have to do is do 5-hit combos and alternate with ending in a light, ending in a medium, and just keep doing that. And some of those will get consumed from the Masochism. Others won't, because the parry will consume them. So I just got to be mindful of that, and I'm just going to keep alternating 5-hit, full-hit combos the whole way. Ignore the Strike Counter Fury. They hit me, I dare you. He's going to be getting the armor ups, no big deal. Thing will just smash right through it. It'll make the fight obviously longer, but static defense, Thing's shock immune, so it doesn't matter. Now, you can see that I have let the Furies ramp up as much as they want, which is good, because basically every time he touches me when I don't have protection up, I get protection. So yeah, and this is pretty much it. And the one nice thing is, through this whole fight, because I have those suppressions keep being activated from the attack tactic, power down, I'm pretty much, it's very, very good at controlling the power, the passive power gain that Symbiote Supreme gets. And he only launches 3 special ones this whole entire fight. Now, you might say, oh, only 3 special ones, but yeah, this fight goes on for 100-something hits. It goes on for maybe 3 minutes-ish. And, you know, to only launch 3 special ones, I'm pretty sure it was only 3 if I counted right. That's pretty solid power control. The suppressions that you get, yeah, they do a great job. Even though I'm not getting a ton of them, I'll just keep alternating. Okay, it took 2 minutes and 20 seconds, so that wasn't as long as I thought. But only 3 special ones, 135 hits. Very simple, very safe fight there. And high ground defender doesn't matter. So we move up. We had a Mr. Negative take that Doom. Now next up, I brought Nebula. So I have Nebula at rank 3, unawakened, and she's going to take on this Apocalypse. on the EMP, Modification, Aspect of Evolution, Burden of Might, Bubble Shield. So I put on an Indestructible boost, and so I don't have Proxima, and so I don't get the extra shocks at the beginning of the fight. And you can just see there, my whole strategy here is just to block and try to build up as many charges as I possibly can. Now you can see I do have 8, 9 of those bubble shield charges. I do need to keep those in mind. I'm going to push him to his special 2. He is unblockable on this next hit. We dex that, and now you can see we got a whole bunch of shock charges from the EMP. So from dexing around and dancing around, those passive shocks that would get applied, they actually turn into 5 shock charges a piece, which allowed me to get off a ton of damage. So there we only had 1 dex in that rotation, so we got 5, and we're going to hold our block a little bit. You can throw a special immediately, parry 1 hit into the special before the Burden of Might triggers and takes away your power gain. So yeah, so here we go. We have the 20th hit that was dex that unblockable, just block the rest of that, and there we go, bunch more shocks. And I felt like this fight was pretty simple and straightforward. I've done it with Doom, but if you lose your power from a dex, it can really go bad quick, and so I really like that. Felt like it was really safe, very comfortable. And we move up to the Mangog fight. This is Vigor and Indomitable, and we still have the Indestructible boost on from the prior fight. And the whole thing here is I do not want to build up Mangog's hatred. You do that by doing full 5-hit combos ending in like a light or a medium. So I'm gonna do the Doom 4-hit and end with a heavy with a passive stun, and here we light him up with a special 2 while Hazarath is up, so he doesn't get any power. I'm not certain this guy had any Mystic Dispersion going on here. You know, he's at a special 2. As long as he doesn't have 10 plus hatred, he cannot be fully unblockable on that thing. So we kind of just play around, use a little bit of blocked hits to make sure we can get enough power to get to a special 1, drained him. Now we're at a special 3. We would like to get him to a special 2, and we do. Boom, into the special 3. Get the bonus damage, and he's going to be very, very, very close to, I think he's at 9 hatred right now. So if I do a full combo, which the Doom cycle I do is medium, light, medium, light, 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 medium, medium. We steal it. We didn't quite get enough. We're holding on to the block because that's going to be unblockable. We got the Fury. We launch off the special 2. And good night. So that was, I felt like I was going to get hit by a special, unblockable special 2 at the end, but we hung on, used our blocking to help us. We move up to this Nimrod on Buffet and Indomitable. Now, Thing, he's a great counter for this fight. The Indestructible fell off. Obviously, it wasn't going to last the 3 fights, and I wasn't thinking. So just keep this in mind. I didn't throw on like another boost, which a lot of these 3-minute boosts, I have so many. I have so many in the overflow that I even haven't claimed yet, and I should be using them just as much as possible. So on this Thing, Nimrod fight, Thing's immune to Buffet. Don't have to worry about the regen, and you know, he is going to get some like powered locks and cowardice and whatnot on me. That's just going to willpower heal me. I can dex around. I'm just trying to bait out specials. The one nice thing with Thing is if you throw a special, you can remove unstoppables. So you're gonna see here in a minute, he's gonna, I think we're gonna push him back to another special 2, and he's going to get an unstoppable buff from it. And I'm at 20 rock stacks. here we go. Trying to bait this out. And I think we're gonna parry into a special 2. And even though he has that unstoppable, boom, we're unblockable. Remove it, can go start hammering into him and kind of repeat the process. Now you're gonna see a slight miscalculation here. So I was like, oh, I'll do the same thing, but I didn't have enough rock stacks to make me unblockable. So that first hit connected while he was under the stun, but when I tried to move the unstoppable, he was able to block it. So I just need to make sure if I ever do that again, next time I make sure you're at 20 so that you're unblockable. But no worries. You can still see I'm at 100% health simply because of the debuffs that he gives you. And I thought I was going to kill him with one last hit. Didn't quite do enough damage. And yeah, we get him down. So pretty simple fight there. And now here is my last fight of the war. It's another rank 4 Silver Surfer. Now I took a Silver Surfer in the first war. Took him down in like 2 minutes. No problem. Here again, reminding you I did not put in any 3-minute boost on. So whether it was a heal or a power start with like science boost to get to the special 2 or an indestructible, I don't know, I think I was just feeling so good going in out of that Nimrod fight. I'm like, yeah, let's just go smash this guy. So immune to buffet. He's got Chitinous Thorns, and that's okay. We have bleed immunity if this Silver Surfer ever gets any armor ups, which we hope that he doesn't. And so far we're doing okay. 45 seconds into the fight, he's got a quarter down. Now he starts going passive, and you're gonna see how and why this fight goes wrong. And it's nothing that maybe I did intentionally or anything like that, and I've never experienced this in the number of times that I've taken Silver Surfer on this node. I'm comfortable dexing, but you know, his special 1, it does take a long time, the animation, and he's throwing off a lot of them because of the power gain. You see on that last special, he was dancing around enough to where he activated those 2 armor ups. Now, you might think, well, so what? Who cares? Silver Surfer's armor ups are extremely, extremely potent. Do not underestimate that. I mean, you can see all those hits. I'm not critting, and I'm doing like 600 to 700 a hit. That's not a lot. Now, I have a decent amount of Furies, but this guy's starting to get the high ground charges built up pretty good, to where if I take a block, it's gonna hurt. So we're doing okay. But you know, I started looking at the clock. I don't know. It was probably a little bit after this. It was around when it was about 35%. I'm like, man, this is going pretty slow. Now I should have just pushed him to the special 2. I should have. But I'm just so comfortable dexing the special 1. I'm like, oh, I'll be all right. Now there, I eat a special 1, dancing around too much, and I'm like, all right, that's all right. But we're just still hammering away, and we are just not doing much damage, and it is because of those 2 armor ups. 1 armor up is pretty good. 2 armor ups is really, really good for mitigating damage. Like if you're using Silver Surfer on attack and you have 2 armor ups, you can take quite a beating with those things active. And so here I'm trying not to block because, boom, you can see that he has 10 high ground charges because he's being fairly passive, and that took away a ton of health just on a couple blocks. I'm trying to bait this out, and I'm hoping that we can get these armor ups to fall off. And here we go, they're about to fall off, and I get hit. Trigger protection. Alright, the armor ups are off, but he has 13 high ground charges. So if I take a blocked hit, 13, I mean that's 750 per hit, or per block, you know, times 10, that's 7,500, you know, so we're talking about 10k on a block. And there I miss, I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed another dex of his special one, not good. I gotta be careful, you know, hitting this dude, making sure I try to do a backdraft intercept attack because I need to push this guy to specials because I can't block anything. And where I'm just hammering to the block, high ground charges are getting crazy. I cannot let him touch me. Cannot let him touch me or I'm dead. So I'm trying to bait out this last special one. Oh great, he throws a heavy, he activates the armor, exactly what I didn't want. There's 20 something seconds left on the clock, 3%, and I fail. And my heart was racing. My heart was racing, pounding, and I just totally messed up. And mainly because the fight went so long, and I was worried that I was gonna time out. Had I dexed that, I would have killed him. And out of frustration, I go in, parry, heavy, doom, finish him off. I just needed like one more hit with Thing. Pretty frustrating. First death of the season. It really stinks. Alright, let's get out of that disappointment and come into this boss fight. So this is my buddy Ultimatheory. This is his last fight in our alliance. He needed to take a break. He's got like a promotion thing with his job where he just couldn't continue with us. So he's gonna take a break. And look at he was just, we didn't exactly know how he was gonna take this fight. But the confidence to just let MODOK beat you down and kill off the LMD. Yeah, Ultimatheory, he is a beast. And you're gonna see him just totally wreck this MODOK in the LMD with around, you know, 30% health. Basically he's gonna try to get to the 15 plus tactical charges with that Fury up. Now he's fully unblockable and it's go time. The damage on this rank 3 Nick Fury is awesome. He's boosted to the max. He has skill boosts on, and not just the skill boost from the game. This dude has, Ultimatheory is probably one of the most skilled players that I personally know. And, you know, I really appreciate the time that he has put into helping our battle group do quite well and take on a lot of hard fights. This fight was actually not assigned to him initially. We had a slip up and we're like, hey, we're gonna need you to take him out with your Fury. No complaints. He just goes in there and smashes this out. Very impressive. You know, the high ground charges, if you start taking any blocks, you're gonna take a lot of damage, and you know, with a 30% Nick Fury, there's like no room for error. And yeah, no problem. He gets the solo. Great job, Ultimatheory. Way to go out in style. And yeah, so as far as the results, our battle group did not do well. We ended up dying 5 times. Their battle group died 2 times. So this is 2 wars. We've been not doing so well. But our battle group 3, they got the donut, and they died 9 times to our battle group 3's defense. Now, that swing was enough to obviously net us this war. So yeah, we won 12-9, and it was a good fought war, but the swing in battle group 3 was enough. So big shout out to those 10 guys: SWAT, Angry Bird, Dark Soul, for those 2 for planning, Peric, Okizzy, Tiger, Weapon, Dog, Tilted Skill, and Benda. They did great. As far as my stats, you can see I got 6 fights, 6 kills, the first death, the 1 death. So on the season I have 12 fights, 12 kills, 1 death. Good job to Next. We went to 2-0 on the season, Here's my little collage of champs that I've used on attack and all the champs that I have defeated. I'm just going to keep growing. We're doing well. Definitely somewhere up in the top part of Masters somewhere. We'll find out though the exact spot after War 3 when the leaderboard actually gets activated. But yeah, thanks for watching, fellas. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.